surveyed a small deposit of polonium. Okay, we got... right there. Should be a thing. Stinger 6. Scavengers who made this camp are gone. They seem to have abandoned it abruptly some time ago. Fascinating. Alright, and there should be a last point of interest over in there. That little basin, I think. Yep, there it is. The burnt corpses, evidently a mom-and-pop independent salvage team, show signs of close-range hits from Geth heavy particle beams. Ooh. That sucks. Well, we're done here. Okay, I'm gonna go quickly do some gearing here. So I have some stuff to sell. And maybe some things to buy. We'll see. Hey,
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
Okay, sell. Okay, and as for buying... what happened to the Spectre stuff that was here? Can I wear this? Not sure if I can wear that, honestly. Nope, I can't. Good thing I didn't buy it. Okay. I'm just gonna check in and see if there's any conversation here that I need to do.
Commander, good to see you.
You've been with C-Sec a while. Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
I bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
I remember this Solarian geneticist I was
here we
sent
go.
to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
What happened? Why were you investigating him?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts, organs mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
So what was it?
Both, actually. But it took us a while to figure that out.
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, the match led us to a Turian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Salarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set. Somebody's making a killing out there.
What'd you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
You mean threatening? Was that really necessary?
Maybe, maybe not. Either way, it paid off. One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up, and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes. Walking, living test tubes.
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off. Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but CSEC headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway. They just used them to make more organs, but they wouldn't listen.
No wonder you hated it there. Those idiots just let him fly away.
Yes, they did. I went to Palin and told him what I thought of him and his policies. He said if I didn't like it, I could quit. Well, I almost did. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
A few casualties is a small price to pay to stop someone like that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, those hostages might be wishing they'd died by now anyway. Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Salion?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart, his idea of a joke, I guess. I told the military, but they weren't convinced it was him. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone to check it out.
I'll check out the coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that, but Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Salion, I want to be there when you find him.
Of course.
Commander?
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
Sure. I was just watching some mail from home.
Oh, before I go, we saw Caden in a news vid about the Normandy. He's cute. Later, sis.
Let's pretend this never happened.
Are you interested in the lieutenant, Chief?
No, ma'am. And anyway, Scuttlebutt says he's already sweet on someone. What's up? You didn't come by to eavesdrop on family mail.
Your family seems to be important to you.
Yeah, we've always been close. Me and my sisters especially. With Dad on duty so much, I had to help Mom raise them.
Did your father serve with the fleet?
Yeah, took any crap posting he could get that offered space time. You know what? He worked his ass off trying to get recognized, but he never made it above serviceman 3rd class. He was real proud when I met Chief. First thing he did was salute.
What about your mother? You haven't mentioned her.
You must know what military wives are like. Strong because they have to be, able to raise kids while dad's away on a 6-month cruise. She has a degree in planetary geology. She and Dad both wanted to see new worlds. She gave up her career to raise us, though.
You have more than one sister? Sounds like a big family.
Yeah, I'm the oldest, then Abby, then Lynn. Sarah's the youngest. She's still in high school. With 4 girls, Dad used to say he felt more outnumbered at home than on maneuvers.
Where did you grow up?
All over. We transferred a half a dozen times before I finished grade school. You go where personnel command sends you, right? I guess that's why I'm so tight with my sisters. We'd have to leave all our friends every 2 or 3 years.
You're lucky to have a close family.
Sorry, I forgot about your family situation.
Or lack thereof. Relax, Williams, I've dealt with it.
Asked me to clear a bunker of armed hostiles? No problem. Dealing with the foot in my mouth? Not so good with that. Things were tense between Sarah and me for a while. Then we bonded.
Sounds like a story. Feel like sharing?
Sarah got herself a boyfriend who wanted to go faster than she did, Mike. I didn't think he was a bad kid, just pushy. Lynn would send me these worried vid mails, and I'd tell her to relax.
Where were you when this was going on?
I was on active duty. Sarah's graduating high school this year. This was only a couple of years back. They were on Amaterasu. At the time, I was assigned to Chernobog. Same cluster, but a dozen Hellwire away. Close enough to talk regularly, too far to make it back in an emergency. I couldn't afford a fast packet flight.
If he really liked her, he wouldn't be pushy.
Yeah, of course. If he didn't ask at all, I'd wonder if he thought Sarah was ugly. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Mike thought they'd go for a romantic walk in the woods, because he figured it was past time they did the deed. She levered Mike face first into a tree and left. Didn't have a scratch on her. Good thing Mom and Dad had us all learn some kind of self-defense. I took emergency leave and walked Sarah to school for a few days.
You traveled all the way home to walk your sister to school.
It was only a dozen light years, like a day's cruise. It's not like I was going to Earth or something. My last day out, Mike was waiting for us. Sarah had told her friends, so everyone at school knew what he did. He wasn't happy. I wanted to snap him in half, but Sarah gave me this look, this let me handle it, I need to do this alone look. She kept her cool, God bless her, as he screamed in her face. She just let him vent. Then he tried to punch her. I swear, she just flowed around him. Next thing I knew, he's face down on the sidewalk, and there's blood everywhere.
That's unbelievable. Sarah must be as good as you.
Better. I'm more or less a straight-up puncher. When he swung, she wasn't there anymore, and he fell. She helped him stop the bleeding and had me call an ambulance. She told the paramedics he fell. Before they took him to the hospital, Mike touched Sarah's arm. I thought he was gonna end up on the ground again. But he hung his head, whispered, "I'm sorry," and started crying. And she hugged him. The Williams women are a decisive bunch, Commander. We do things when we're ready. Not before, not after.
Your sister's something else. But you didn't mention your father at all. Was he on deployment?
Dad always wanted to serve in space, but he wanted us to have real ground under our feet. He'd say, space is beautiful, but you can't raise a family there.
That doesn't answer the question.
I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. All times I've enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that loved me and alone. For always roaming with a hungry heart, much have I seen and known, cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments.
I really want to say bored now, but...
I never thought I'd hear you reciting poetry.
Just because I can drill you between the eyes at 100 meters doesn't mean I can't like sensitive stuff. Just don't spread it around. Ulysses was my dad's favorite poem. Every time he shipped out, he recorded me reading it. He had a dozen versions when he retired.
Does he still like it?
I sure hope so. I read it to his grave every time I go home.
Oof.
Dad passed on a few years back. He's probably still watching, though.
You mean from wherever we go after death?
Dead on, Skipper. He's with God now. That's not a problem with you, is it? That I believe in God?
Not my place to judge. Really. That's literally how I see it in real life, as long as you're not shoving it down my throat. I don't care. Believe what you
Your
want.
beliefs are your business. I'm your commanding officer, not your moral compass.
I appreciate that, Skipper. I should get back to my duties. Didn't mean to take up so much of your time.
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking.
I think she's being straight with them.
Hey, want me to ask her about her sex life?
I don't think she's you.
Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands.
Hey, bye.
Ma'am?
So, we've got Saren on the run.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good. He's rotten. To the core.
Literal.
I could tell as soon as I met him.
Hold up.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would've if I thought it was important.
I think I'd like to hear about it just the same.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. A couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards. But they were no match for us.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
Wow.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
That's pretty major.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me, especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth it feels like we're not even moving, and the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
Huh?
The silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down. I guess you don't have to worry about that here. But old habits die hard.
I was about to say.
But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have till it's gone.
That's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them, but maybe they just wanted a different life.
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually, we have to stop Seren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
Fair enough.
I should go.
See you later.
Okay, we talked to everyone down here. We sold a bunch of stuff. We have like 500k now. So I think that was like a profit of more than 250,000, which I'll take. Absolutely. Also, I've been dropping some frames. Interesting.
Do you have some time to talk now, Commander?
Yep.
Of course. Have a seat.
We've played it pretty close to the book so far, but we're a long way from backup. We've got some tough calls to make. I'm just saying, try to leave yourself a way out. I've seen what cutting corners can do, and I'd hate to have that happen to you, Shepard. Commander.
That's not the appropriate way to address your commanding officer, Lieutenant.
Sorry, ma'am. Maybe I got a bad signal. And if you're a... maybe there's someone else you'd rather confide in. Ma'am.
All right, Alenko. Off the record, permission to speak candidly, cross my heart and hope to die. What are you talking about?
Dr. Tassoni, ma'am. There's a lower deck rumor that she's, interested in you as more than a source of Prothean data. She's a very interesting lady. Not to my, tastes, but, I never claimed to be big on alien culture.
My relationship with Dr. Tassoni is professional.
All right, only a rumor. But you don't have to spend your off-duty time with me. Not if you don't want to.
Look, there's nothing between Liara and me. What's the real issue here, Caden?
You're right, sorry. It wasn't, Liara's not my main concern. I'm not questioning any decision you've made, Shepard. Let me be clear about that. It's just my experience that once someone lets something slide, it tends to pick up speed. You get my meaning?
I do, actually.
Talk to me, Caden. You got a little black rain cloud sitting over your head.
I'll try to keep the deck dry. You know the records about the biotic trading out on Jump Zero? They're all classified because the Alliance made mistakes. After first contact, Kinetics was set up to track Element Zero exposures and develop implants for humans. Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, Kinetics could bring in experts instead of taking it slow.
Is there some reason we couldn't learn it on our own?
They didn't know where to start. Hell, it took a couple of years to even link biotics and Ezo. Forget trying to get the kids to move stuff. They had trouble just helping them not break their own limbs.
Wow.
And their choice of teachers didn't help much.
The only experts would have to be aliens.
Dead on. Turians, actually. That's why Kinetics kept it a secret. They were afraid of what people back home would think, asking the Turians for help when we just fought a war with them.
The Asari would have been more acceptable than the Turians.
Yes, but the company didn't go through the Citadel. It would have made Earth look weak, so they discreetly hired some Turian mercenaries.
I'm sure Kinetics did what they thought was best.
It wasn't best for us. They brought in an ex-military Turian named Commander Vernus. To introduce himself, he liked to say, "I was at the helm of the dreadnought that killed your father." When I told him my dad wasn't in the war, he'd retired to Vancouver. My family had an inland home that matured to new beachfront. Vernus had it in for me after that. He cut corners, pushed hard. I mean, you either came out a Superman or a wreck. A lot of kids snapped. A few died. The point of all of this, I guess, is that when you cut corners, it's not always obvious who pays for it.
So why are you telling me this? Is there something I can do to help you get over it?
I'm 32, Shepard. You don't serve as long as I have without coming to terms with yourself. You also learn that if someone is special to you, you help them. Try to keep them from making mistakes.
Special, huh?
If I'm out of line, just say the word.
You're not out of line, Caden. But there are regs.
I get you, Shepard. I don't make a habit of complicating the chain of command. Just think about what I said.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
Fair
We'll
enough.
talk later, Caden.
I'd like that.
Okay, quick check-in with Liara. Dr. Chocolates.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we could pick up where we left off. You were telling me about your interest in the Protheans.
Actually, I think I was talking about my interest in you, and making a fool of myself in the process. As I said, I am not used to dealing with people, especially
Holy crap,
humans.
you're back in
I
for
did
a
not
second
really
day in a
know
row?
much about your species when we first met, Shepard. I found it hard to take humanity seriously. Your kind always seemed so rushed and high-strung.
I am back for a second day. It's because it's Mass Effect. What do you think I'm gonna do? No, I'm back to streaming very casually. I don't expect anything to come of this. I'm just basically, whenever I have time to go live, I will. It's gonna be whatever game I feel like playing at the time, and that's about it. But for right now, Mass Effect is brand new and shiny, and I've always wanted to have a proper playthrough with correct audio and correct quality for a while now, so that's what I'm doing. Hi, welcome back. I do have to bounce in about an hour though, because I have my COVID vaccine, and then I'll be back on later tonight to play some more Mass Effect. So that's the plan for today. So you're saying you want to come back for a second day in a row for MechWarrior or BattleTech? I mean, there will be more MechWarrior and BattleTech content on the channel. Don't worry about that. I'm not leaving that behind. I mean, if I can, I would like to finish the Mass Effect trilogy, and then, in time for MechWarrior 5's Steam and Xbox release on the 27th. Maybe. Might be able to get in time for that, but we'll see.
We don't have the luxury of time, and Asari can live for 1,000 years. We're lucky if we hit 150.
That is true. At first I thought that was a weakness of your species. After spending time with you and your crew, however, I think it may actually be an advantage. You humans are creatures of action. You pursue your goals with an almost indomitable determination. It is an admirable trait, but also an intimidating one.
You're scared of us?
Unfortunately, the rest of the galaxy sees humanity as something of a bully. You run over anyone in your path to get what you want. It is up to people like you to change their minds, Shepard.
I'm doing the best I can, Liara.
There is a reason the Council chose you to become a Spectre. They saw something special in you. The best of what humanity has to offer.
How are you doing today, though?
I know
Hopefully
what you
good.
did on Torfin. I cannot even imagine how horrible that must have been, but you did what had to be done.
You didn't need to go behind my back. I would have told you whatever you wanted to know.
I apologize, Commander. After our last conversation, I was afraid I would say something stupid again.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
wanted to know more about you, to understand what made you into the woman you are. There is something compelling about you, Shepard.
You're interested in me because of my visions. You just want to know more about the Protheans.
I admit, your connection to the Protheans had something to do with my initial interest, but it has grown beyond that. You intrigue me, Shepard, but I was not sure if it was appropriate to act on my feelings. I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Lieutenant Alenko.
I care about Caden. A lot.
I thought so. Still, I feel as if there is also some attraction between us, Shepard.
I'm not interested in you in that way, Liara.
This is very embarrassing for me, Commander. Please, let's talk about something else.
I should go.
Bye.
Goodbye, Commander.
Doing good. Having a LAN party for when MechWarrior 5 comes out on Steam. Ooh. That sounds fun. I'd love to do that, but I don't have IRL friends. When I say IRL friends, I don't have people within driving distance to do that. Otherwise, I would. Why am I going back down? Idiot. Yeah, I would actually love to do something like that, but unfortunately, I just don't have the people for it. Oh well. I'm just more excited to actually permanently remove the Epic Games launcher from my computer. Listen, I understand Epic's decisions. Do I agree with them? No. Do I agree with them as a company? No. But again, I understand why they do what they do. That said, I don't necessarily like having their stuff on my system. So when MechWarrior 5 comes out on Steam, I'm buying it there and running it from there, and I'm removing all the rest of the stuff from Epic's side because nah. Tereshkova. If you went, yeah. Again, it's like it just comes down to I understand, but I don't agree. While scanning the asteroid field in the Tereshkova system, you picked up some anomalous readings. After some daring maneuvering by Joker, a small team was able to recover some debris from one of the larger rocks. Among the items discovered was a League of One medallion. Antibar is a cold terrestrial world with an atmosphere of methane and argon. Its frozen surface is mainly composed of iron with deposits of magnesium. The world has been noted as a possible target for long-term terraforming. If the atmosphere could be increased to the thickness of Earth's, the global average temperature would rise by 10 degrees Celsius. Antibar's combination of low temperatures, high-speed surface winds, and low visibility make it dangerous to explore on foot. Negative 34. Patamalurus's atmosphere is very similar to Venus's in terms of pressure and temperature. Unlike Venus, however, Patamalurus's atmosphere has a significant quantity of oxygen, both free and bound in sulfur dioxides. The surface is largely composed of magnesia with deposits of carbon. It is possible, if unlikely, that simple life may be developing on Patamalurus. Computer modeling suggests that the powerful solar winds from the Tereshkova stars will blow off Patamalurus's atmosphere in a few million years, lowering the temperature on the surface into the negative 70s. And it's 451 right now. While scanning the planet, you found a small deposit of iridium. Now forms antiprotons. Ansalra is a small hydrogen-helium gas giant. It has unusually large amounts of nitrogen in the upper atmosphere, which glow purple when ionized by the solar wind. Ansalra's convenience as a place to dump drive charge has left its orbit littered with debris dumped overboard by visiting crews. Okay. Large amounts of nitrogen in the upper atmosphere which glow purple. Okay. I need to remember that because I like making everything purple in my life. It's great. The Goose is a terrestrial world with an atmosphere of chlorine and krypton. The surface is mainly composed of silicates with deposits of carbon. The Goose has a low mass for its size and is tidally locked to the star Tereshkova A. The temperature difference between the sunward hot pole and the dark side cold pole creates constant gale force winds across the Terminator. Oof. While scanning this planet, you detected a large deposit of mercury. Sol Marlon is one of Tereshkova's two outer worlds, significantly removed from the rest of the system, and with unstable elliptical orbits. It is thought they have formed within 3 astronomical units of the binary stars, and were... That is the first alarm. Within 3 astronomical units of the binary stars, and were hurled outward due to the instability of such an orbit. Sol Marlon is a hydrogen-helium gas giant with significant quantities of sodium in the upper atmosphere, giving it a distinct gray color. And lastly, ME1 is the second of Tereshkova's outer worlds. It is essentially a rock of unremarkable ores with some deposits of water ice, but no minerals of value. The frozen surface is composed of silica. Like the gas giant Sol Marlon, it is thought that ME1 formed too close to Tereshkova stars and was thrown outwards by gravitational effects. computer model suggests that it will be ejected from the system in a few 100,000 years. Negative 228, by the way. Okay, so Antibar is the landed system. It is 2 o'clock, which means I have to take my oil, so I'm not panicking while I'm getting my shot, because I'm extremely needlephobic. So I'm going to take a quick break to go to the bathroom, and I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes for the last hour-ish of Mass Effect for this afternoon before I come back and play some more tonight. So I'll be back in a bit. Okay. By the way, I appreciate you giving me advice back in November for the right mods to get for MechWarrior 5. That was a while ago, but it was back when it was supposed to be come out in November. Definitely getting Merc Tech and Weapon Realism mods. You're welcome, dude. And hey, by the way, Merc Tech is actually getting really insane. I'm not sure if Magnum has put out Merc Tech 2.0 yet. I think he's still working on it, but there's a lot of cool shit coming there. The fact that the missiles now are basically individual actors, so you can actually get individual missiles acting separate from the rest of the projectiles from the launcher. So for instance, he actually has swarm LRMs, I think, and basically they get fired really high up into the air, and basically a series of dice rolls happen. So pretend there's 3 targets on the field, right? You're targeting number 1. You launch the swarm SRMs, they go up in the air. The swarm SRMs now do a dice roll, or a coin flip, I guess in this instance, where it's a 50% chance of targeting a second target within, I think, 150 meters of your first. So these two are now tandem, right? And then after it acquires the second target, if there's a third target, it's going to give it another 50% chance for that second group to break off and go for the third target. It's pretty cool. Not only that, but he has a form of ECM working, although now that ECM's coming with Heroes of the Inner Sphere, it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. But the way that his ECM is working right now is it will sometimes fling rockets off if it's fired, if the target has it. So like imagine firing an LRM-20 and maybe, I don't know, 4 missiles just go just way off, right? It's really cool. So I highly recommend Merc Tech. I'm not sure if Weapon Realism mod is compatible, but I would double check. Doesn't hurt to check. And then of course Project Winter War is slowly getting back on the rails, because I'm not sure if you're in the Project Winter War server, but if you are, we had the departure of General Payload and our composer in March. So the addition of any brand new mech models kind of went out the window a little bit. Fortunately, the other person who was working with General Payload, who did get a mech working from scratch into the game, has returned and just finished a guide on getting models into the game. And he's still kind of fixing the guide, but it's out and it's there. So regardless if he disappears or not, we have methods of actually getting models into the game. So that's actually back on the table. And it's at the point where once we get all of the necessary models into the game, Project Winter War Chapter 1 is roughly 1 year out from release from that point. Not now, but for when the models are actually in the game and working, it's probably going to be about a year, which is awesome. So we're pretty close. Plus, I'm also not sure if mods are going to break with Heroes of the Inner Sphere yet, but I guess we'll see. I think I've heard you mention that one. What is it? It's a project I'm creating. So if you type in literally one of the commands in the stream title, which is pww, it's going to take you to that Reddit post, even though we have our own subreddit. I should actually probably update that real quick. I thought I did update that. One moment. So now that should just take you to the subreddit for Project Winter War. Wait, no it didn't. God dang it. Whoops. I Hopefully they typed that in wrong. There we go. So now takes you to the subreddit, and then if you wanted to join the Discord, there you go. Nailed it. Okay. We got stuff to find here. First thing is going to be the mineral deposit right about here. It's the second one. Survey deposit of lithium, 500. All right, second minerals was about there. Ooh, a little bit of frame rate issue. What happens with a certain weather effect here? That's interesting. Mercury. All right, next up is a number 4. Is there a thresher maw here? There is. Yeah, so that's a thresher maw boss fight. Somehow forgot that there's a thresher maw here. God damn it. That actually scared the shit out of me. 4,000 credits for killing that. The vehicle and human corpses show the telltale signs of Geth weapons fire. The Geth have been mangled by the Thresher Maw. At least they got what was coming to them. I mean, yeah. Prothean data disk recovered. Searching the ruins, you discover Prothean data disk. It must have been dropped by one of the Thresher Maw's many victims. Alright. Okay, so that was 2. 4. I have a mineral up here, and then the 2 last ones. I think it's like right there. Yep, flag's basically right on top of it. Large deposit of magnesium. Okay, we got 2 more. We got a Geth outpost and debris. Let's go hit up the debris first, because I know that there's going to be a fight at the Geth outpost. This is a bit sus. Nope, nothing. Unless it's just a really large area jamming because of the outpost that's nearby. It's finding this kind of unfortunate. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Hey, do you guys want to do that planet again? Oh wait, I saved out the Thresher Maw. Okay, good. But still So I'll have to go hit up those things. Okay, I'll do the outpost first after that last thing of that last mineral. Nice twin stars. Actually, they're not really twins, but you know what I mean.
Let's hit the next base.
Okay. And then just hit back the debris. And I'll do that. Yep, that's it. Okay, let's quickly check my equipment here. I have tungsten 5. Don't have anything better. I have rail 6. Anything better? there? Okay, we're good still. I heard weapons readying somewhere. Yep, okay, got all that. Now headed to the Hong system. Hommel is an enormous terrestrial planet with a very dense atmosphere of carbon dioxide and sodium. The surface is scorching hot and mainly composed of sodium oxides and deposits of nickel. There is evidence that Hommel was once covered with broad, shallow seas. Should a probe ever be sent to the surface, a check for ancient fossil life might prove valuable. 492 degrees though. Hazbin is a classic pre-garden terrestrial world with conditions similar to those on Earth millions of years ago. Its hot, humid atmosphere is mainly composed of nitrogen and carbon dioxide. An increasing amount of the surface is covered by simple lichen and algae. Should no unexpected calamity occur, these tiny plants will change the atmosphere into an Earth-like nitrogen-oxygen mix over the next few millennia. Due to its potential for future habitability and sapient life, Hazbin has been designated a sanctuary world by the Citadel Council. Landing is prohibited by law, and any disturbance of the fragile young ecosystem will result in harsh fines and imprisonment. At present, the planet is passing through the debris trail of a long-period comet. 99 Celsius, and we will be able to land there in just a moment. Atar is a terrestrial planet with a thick atmosphere composed of nitrogen and krypton. Its frigid surface is mainly composed of sodium oxide with deposits of copper. Because of the noxious surface gases, explorers are warned to use extreme caution. Atar lacks a magnetic field. This makes it useless for discharging FTL drive cores in orbit. The energetic particles of solar wind from Hong strike the upper atmosphere, directly ionizing the krypton. This gives the planet its distinctively minty green-white hue. I get a 64 though. Scans of Atar revealed debris from a destroyed Asari freighter. Further scans uncovered a body which was brought on board. Dr. Chocolates examined it but learned nothing about its origins. Among the Asari's personal effects, however, was one of Matriarch Dillanaga's writings. Theshaka is a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant, and in the past it was often used as a discharge point for pirates raiding human settlements from the Terminus systems. In 2178, the Alliance set up a network of covert sensing devices on Thesaka's moons. Recordings of pirate FTL exit vectors over the course of 6 months led the Alliance Navy to 8 major pirate anchorages. Since the Theshaka raids, no ships from the Terminus have ever been reported in the Hong system. Nice. Triagir is a tiny ice dwarf with trace atmosphere of xenon and krypton. The frozen surface is mainly composed of water, ice, and ammonia. Cryovolcanic processes are gradually repaving the surface with sheets of fresh ice. Negative 211 Celsius. Scans from orbit detected a deposit of lithium. Alright, we are now going to land on Caspin. Okay, there is a mineral deposit literally about right here. I might have missed that. It's actually probably up there. Yep. Tricky part is actually going to be climbing that. Maybe, maybe not. Nope, we're good. Okay. That was not as bad. Ooh, that was close. Deposit of samarium. Alright, next is a mineral deposit right by the get outpost, so we're not going to go that way. Let over towards the anomaly first. Whee! Man, look at the skyboxes now. Gorgeous. You know what? Spacebar is take photo, but I'm not sure if it's taking a photo. So there we go. Did it my way. That's cool. Photo mode's brilliant. You definitely have a lot of fun with that. Oh, really? Go this way. Of course, it's all the way at the bottom of this. Alright, miss it completely. Wait, where the f is it? Up here? There it is. Ooh. Buried under the beacon was an identification tag for Captain Thean. There's no indication why it was hidden here or who buried it in the first place. Okay, got some free. There we go. Sorry, quick save wasn't working, and I think I just quick saved about 5 times in a row there. Oh, it's at the bottom anyway. Okay. Only mods and upgrades. Not actual weapons that I would like. Anomalous signal. Oh, fine. Go the other way. There we go. Now I can equip medium armor. And this increases my health, which would be nice. Garrus. Wow, 3 armatures. Okay. That went through the ground to hit me. Okay. I'm gonna wait on a shield regen, or I might just go ram him. The Geth array is transmitting regular data bursts on an encrypted channel using the Alliance's own FTL convoys. It's not clear where the data is being directed, nor the content of the signal. Okay, well, we got a deposit around there, and then the last stop is the Geth base. I think I've hit. Yes, there's 2 minerals. I got the anomaly there, got the tree there, got there. There's another mineral deposit literally right below the Geth base, but we gotta hit the Geth base first. Drop a quick save. I don't have to do this entire planet again. Oh, hey, there it is. It's like gold. Yep, large deposit of gold. 7,400 credits. Alright, we'll go hit the Geth outpost, grab the last mineral deposit here, and we shall bounce. Whee! There it is. Hello. Come on. What's up? I said 3. Is this just a wave fight here? I mean, I'll keep shooting stuff.
Just one outpost left. I'm going to
Alright, and we're done. Now we just need to grab that deposit. We're good. Large deposit of uranium. And back to the Normandy. Okay. Do I have anything new that is useful? Does not appear to be. At least for right now. Okay, so yeah, Dr. Salion, Gething Persians. I need one more of those. Turn insignias at 8:15. Need to head back to the Citadel at some point. Sorry, writings, broken data disks. There's a battle. Oh, gases are done. Marines, that's still going on. The fan's still going on. Everything else is done. But yeah, we're nearing the end of the first stage of exploration. But it's close enough to 3 o'clock here that I'm actually going to leave now. Because I have to go get ready and chill out before my vaccine because I'm insanely needle phobic and this is not going to be a fun experience for me. I'm also going to take this time to go ahead and chop up this VOD and get those uploaded to YouTube right away. And for those of you that are still hanging out and expecting to watch some stuff, I will be back later. I have no idea when. If you really want to coordinate when I'm going to be on, I usually give about a half-hour-ish heads up on Twitter. So if you're not following me on Twitter, I highly recommend that you go below the stream here, click on my Twitter. If not, I should be able to type in Twitter and you can go follow that in chat. And I'll keep you guys posted there of when I am done getting my vaccine and I'll be heading back online because I do really want to play more Mass Effect. This is so much fun. But I will have to depart for right now. So I will go get these videos chopped up for YouTube and I will catch you guys a little later today. So thank you so much for watching. I'll be back later. Have a good rest of your afternoon.